Hi everybody, my name is Brittany of Britzy Thrift. I'm a reseller on Poshmark as well as eBay, and welcome to another What Sold video. This time we're going to be going over the month of November. So we're just going to check out what sold for me for my Poshmark closet as well as on eBay. And also I have my beautiful tree up. I'm totally in full-blown Christmas mode now, so happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all. Anyone that's out there watching, if you're a big decorations nut like me, enjoy, because this is our time, right? So let's get into what sold. Future Brittany here. So I was editing and I realized I don't know how I did this. Actually, I do know how I did it, but I actually forgot to talk about the first 5 sales of November. I don't know. I had like an eye jump or something and I started like further down. So I was like, I really don't want to leave those sales out, so I'm going to talk about them right here. I'm just going to stick in a little blurb, and then I'm going to put you back with the original video. So I'm going to start with October 31st because I really want to talk about this brand. It did phenomenally well for me. This is called Zuri Kenya, and it is a sustainable brand, and this was a size extra large. It's a green dot print sleeveless cotton dress, so a lot of the materials are cotton, linen, very loose fitting, and it sold for $200 in 5 minutes of me listing. 5 minutes. And I got order earnings of $160. So that's really amazing. And all of them performed equally as well. Like, they didn't last 1 hour. So that's awesome. Then on November the 1st, I sold this men's new tag red Marks & Spencer size extra large, extra fine. I believe it was merino wool sweater. This sold for $18 and I got a payout of $14.40. And I think there was a flaw. I think there was a little bitty hole that I did not see when I was at the store. So I disclosed that. So I'm still happy to have sold it for $18. It's pretty good. This next piece is Buck Mason. It's an extra small white ribbed long sleeve, just like a long sleeve t-shirt, sold for $25 and I got a payout of $20. And I remember somebody in the comments saying that Buck Mason is a really good bread and butter brand. At the time, I thought that it was more expensive, and it might have been before, but you know how things change. So this definitely did come off as good bread and butter, $25. So I'm still happy to have sold it, and I only paid $2 for it, so that's great. I think this is the last of my tailor stitch jeans. I found someone's whole collection of tailor stitch jeans. I think I had like 3 of them, maybe 4, but this is tailor stitch size 30 slim 100% organic cotton jeans. They were a button fly, and I sold them for $50 and I got a payout of $40. Then I sold another Zuri Kenya dress. This is a red sleeveless dress with a white seashell print, same as the other one, cotton, sort of lagging looky. It was an extra large. This sold for $140 and I got a payout of $112, and I think this one took 20 minutes to sell. So again, like, I mean, just amazing how fast this, and you wouldn't believe all the offers that I received. I kept getting like 120, 140, bunches of offers. I just kept thinking if I had like a wholesale lot of this brand, you could totally rack up if you had a bunch of these dresses. So if you ever see the brand Zuri Kenya, I would suggest you grab it. It's crazy because when I think back to the day that I picked these up, I almost left this one and I was thinking, oh, I'll just get the new without tag one. And then I looked up the comps and I saw that it was very undersaturated, and I was like, let me go back and get those other pre-owned, ones. So I did. And I'm so glad that I did, because I would have missed out on $140. So this was an awesome sale. Okay, so now back to gray sweater Brittany. On November the 5th, I sold this pair of Aldo size 7 black flat slide-in espadrille shoes. They sold for $18 and I got a payout of $14.40. Also on the 5th, I sold this pair of Express size 10 long flare super high rise black pants. They sold for $30 and I got a payout of $24. On the 6th, I sold this pair of UFOs size 7. They were croc embossed black, sort of like the thong strap, sort of like a flip-flop, but they had like the wedge for comfort. It's sort of like a recovery shoe. They sold for $38 and I got a payout of $30.40. This is a backpack I had for a while. I got it from Ross for like 49 cents some years ago, actually. I just really like the colors. It's a new tag Laura Ashley Girls Floral Pink Green backpack, sold for $21, and I got a payout of $16.80, which is great because, like I said, I only paid 49 cents for that. On the 7th, I sold this pair of Era, A-R-A. They were a size 8 silver black metallic snakeskin print ballet flats, and they had this pretty black cap toe with a tied bow on it. Very cute detailing. Sold for $21, and I got a payout of $16.80. And I feel like these are great for the season because of the silver and the black. It goes along with that holiday sort of, aesthetic. On the 8th, I sold this pair of Rag & Bone size 24 Casey high-rise flare jeans. They sold for $30, and I got a payout of $24. I have a really hard time moving Rag & Bone. I can't move them. But I knew that maybe by them being a high-rise flare, they would, move. They still took a while to sell, but I mean, I think that's probably why they sold. My skinny jeans that are by Rag & Bone, they're just sitting. I mean, at this point, I think I have a few listed on eBay for like $20 with free shipping, and I'm just like, come and get them. I sold this pair of Saludos, size 7.5. These were called the Enos Heel Black Velvet Strappy shoes. So very nice if you have like an event to go to or you want to be a little bit more dressy. They sold for $34, and I got a payout of $27.20. I have sold Saludos before, and it did well before. So that's why I wanted to try it again, and I'm pleased with the way that these sold as well. So I'll keep picking up Saludos. This is a really good sale. I kind of expected it to do well because I don't find this brand that often, but the maybe once or twice before that I found it, it actually did, equally as well. So this is called Outdoor Research, and it's a men's size medium. I believe it's called the Transcend down puffer jacket. Sold for $80, and I got a payout of $64. Amazing. This is a new tag Nike size large green full zip hoodie. It did better than I thought because usually Nike, I don't know. Like I said, I think that if you know Nike, then you know certain things that stand out about Nike, but just like looking at Nike as a whole, some pieces do fine and other pieces don't. I just grabbed this because it was a women's large and it was brand new with tags, and I like the green. So it sold for $45, which is great, and I got earnings of $36. I got a 5-star rating, and the person left a love note that says, "Awesome seller, excellent packaging, and quick shipping. Thank you." So thank you so much for leaving a love note and for your purchase. On the 12th, I sold this vintage camber size extra large, tall navy blue full zip thermal lined men's hoodie. This was something I had for a while because I was trying to fix it. It had like a hole in the pit, and I think I tried to sew it, and I'm just terrible at sewing, so I kind of just pushed it to the side for a while. Finally got it listed because I was like, okay, I don't want it to sit around forever. It sold for $30, which is great, and I got earnings of $24. On the 13th, I sold this new tag Hell Bunny Vixen size medium floral black white with a red waist tie dress. It was sort of like, what do you call it? Like that retro pinup couture style. It was sold at Hot Topic. Sold for $22, and I got a payout of $17.60. I love this skirt. I found it right after Christmas, like this year, in 2024. And I remember thinking to myself, like, okay, probably around holiday, season, when it comes around again, somebody's going to want this. So this is a new tag J. Crew size 10 tall holiday lyrics plaid, very holiday red plaid, great size, mini skirt. And it sold for $60, and I got a payout of $48. So it was really pretty because it had like little metallic flecks in it. It was totally holiday, so I knew somebody was going to like it. Plus the size is great, 10 tall. Anything tall, and it was new tags. It was just so many good things about it. I cannot always predict what something's gonna sell for, but I have to admit I love plus size new tag Old Navy. It just every single time it's like $25. I sold so many plus size new tag Old Navy pieces for $25. It's just the best, most consistent bread and butter that I have, and it's like the most predictable thing that I pretty much know this is gonna get me $25. So I keep picking it up. This is a new tag Old Navy size 2XL green cinch cargo utility skirt. Sold for $25, and I got a payout of $20. And I have one other of this one in the green, and then I have two of the exact same thing, same size, but it's in like that khaki cream tan color. But this one alone paid for all of them. So Old Navy is just a really good tried and true bread and butter brand for me. This is such a cute jacket. I got it, well, actually a while ago, and I was thinking that I was going to have my son wear it, but he just never did. But I just thought it was so cute. This is a Harley Davidson size 3T faux leather, had that big logo of a motorcycle on the back and like the huge Harley Davidson spell out on the back. Very cute, so that way, you know, your child can look like a little biker. It sold for $40 and I got a payout of $32. And I remember there was something about this, I think maybe it was the zipper pull was broken. Like you could still zip it up and down, but the pull was broken. So this was a really good sale, even though I had to sit on it for a while. I thought that it was adorable. I hope that her child is enjoying it because it's just so cute. This is a brand that I don't think that I would pick up again. I thought that it was something special once before, and that's why I wanted to try it out. But honestly, I've seen it since I've picked this piece up, but I didn't pick up any more because I knew I was still sitting on this one. This is a new tag, Savage Fenty by Rihanna, large purple lingerie, long sleeve. I don't know if you call it a chemist or a nightgown or what, but it sold for $20 and I got a payout of $16. And the other pieces that I've seen are also lingerie-esque, so I guess that's, you know, what the brand does. Maybe for good bread and butter, but it's not something that would be like on my BOLO list. Here is another Zuri Kenya dress. It's also a size extra large, but it's a long. This is a linen blend blue, and it has like a button front that goes all the way down, and they're hidden buttons. So just very roomy, very relaxed, lag and looky. This sold for $175 and I got a payout of $140. On the 16th, I sold this Fairdy extra small pink organic cotton gauzy tiered, had a flare sleeve dress, sold for $30 and I got a payout of $24. I believe it was flawed. I think I discovered like a separated seam where it had like a little hole, but really all you had to do is, well, coming from the person that doesn't sew very well, but if you were someone that sews well, I would think it would be easy to just sort of like sew it right back up because it's just torn at the seam. It's not a real tear, it just separated. The pink, I believe, was like maybe a little bit brighter when it was first bought, but from washing it, it had a little bit of fade. So $30 was excellent for this, and I'm glad that it found its new home. I love that gauzy material. Here's a pair of men's LL Bean size 12 Gore-Tex Thinsulate duck boots. They sold for $35, and I got a payout of $28 and received a 5-star rating. Then we have a pair of New Attack Tucker Nuck size medium green corduroy pants. These sold for $97 and I got a payout of $77.60, and thank God I did not accept that $25 offer that someone had sent me for these just days before. So sometimes, like I said, you do have to wait it out. This is a sale that we went back and forth about, and I'm so glad that she still left me a love note because I would think that maybe she'd be a little bit tiffed with me that, like, you know, I was holding out, but she was nice. So this is a New Tag Aiden Maddox size 6 royal blue. I can't remember if it described itself as actual silk or if this is satin, but it was a blue long sleeve mini dress and it sold for $45 and I got a payout of $36. I think she offered me something lower and we kept going back and forth until finally I accepted a $45 offer. She left a 5-star rating and she said in perfect condition just as described, plus cute packaging. So thank you so much for, you know, for your haggling. On the 20th, I sold this pair of J. Crew factory size 8.5 leopard calf hair Dorsey point toe, trying to get all those keywords in there, ballet flat shoes. These sold for $39 and I got a payout of $31.20. This is pretty cool. I'm experimenting with this brand. I've seen it before pre-owned, but in the last month I found it twice New Tag. So this is a New Tag Carved Designs small azul Elba top. It sold for $41 and I got a payout of $32.80. I actually got this out of the $2 bin at my thrift store, and I could see that the retail price was high, but I just kind of didn't believe that it would sell for that much, and I'm surprised. 41 is a lot for, you know, like just a bikini top. So I have a pair of shorts that are also new with tags, and they have like a $68 price tag on them. If I can get 40 for those, that would be awesome as well. So we'll see. I'm still waiting on those. Maybe closer to the summertime. Although this sold in November and it's like a summer piece, so you can never tell. I'm very proud about this one. This is a plush sale, so I tried my hand at dabbling in plush stuffed animals. It's, well, I'm not like a plush connoisseur or anything, but like I do like this brand, and this is called the Manhattan Toy Company, and it was a floppy tan camel. And I loved the legs because it was just kind of like, you know, it had long legs and it was floppy and everything. But it sold for $25 and I got a payout of $20. So I call that a success for a stuffed animal. I successfully sold another plush. So that's good. On the 22nd, I sold this pair of Bull Boxer size 27 or just US size 7. These are called the Jade Tan Leather Boot. And they just look like a cute little pair of like, what do you call it? It's not distressed, but like when the brown, it's two-toned, I guess. Like when it's got like a darker brown, then it goes into a slightly lighter brown. These sold for $35 and I got a payout of $28. I just really like the way that they looked, and so I'm glad that I picked them up. Here's a pair of Madewell 29 by 32. These were called the Bootlegger Jean, and they sold for $22 and I got a payout of $17.60. On the 24th, I sold this Hannah Anderson girl size, you know, Hannah Anderson has the other sizing on it, so it said size 110, and I equated that to a US size 5. This was like a button-down peacoat, like a pretty holiday red Sherpa peacoat, which is probably why it sold during this time. It sold for $20 and I got a payout of $16. I remember it wasn't perfect. It had some flaws on it, which I disclosed, but I can't remember what they were now. These were like new. This is Kookaburra by UGG, girl size 1 chestnut classic boots, I believe. And they were like new, and they sold for $49 and I got a payout of $39.20. This was a really cool sale because I didn't know that I was going to get this for that. It's a new tag blank NYC size medium brown corduroy jacket. I just knew that I liked the brown and I liked the corduroy. It just seemed so fall-esque, so I picked it up. Sold for full price of $79 and I got a payout of $63.20. On the 26th, I sold this Bowden US size 14R. This was called the Thea long sleeve red dress. And this was the newer label with like the all bold cap Bowden, not the one with like the yellow or the blue or the red circle on it. This is the latest label as far as I know. Sold for $30 and I got a payout of $24. I love those colors around this time. Like as soon as we go into fall, I'm looking for like the tan and the brown and the red and the green and the, especially like anything that's like metallic and sparkly and New Year's and silver. All those colors just seem to sell around this time. So on the 27th, I sold this Maeve by Anthropologie size 2 leopard. These were almost like tapestry pants. They were like dress pants, but they were really thick and they kind of felt like tapestry. So they sold for $30 and I got a payout of $24. These are a pair of boots that I have for a long time. I just wanted to try them out. I probably won't pick them up again. I've seen them before and usually they have sort of like trendy styles. But because I knew that I'd been sitting on this pair of boots for so long, I was like, don't pick them up. So I didn't pick them up, and I probably won't start picking them up either. This is called Tree Torn, and it's a size 7 tall white lacy rain boots. They sold for $16, and I got a payout of $12.80. And I had to stand in line in the United States Post Office, USPS. I had to stand in line because I had to put them in a really tall box because they're tall boots, and usually I just go in and I drop them in the drop box, which saves so much time, especially around Christmas time, because everybody's in line. Even for the self-checkout kiosk, everybody is in line. So if I can just print my label at home and go right up to the box and drop it, then I'm good to go. But I keep that in mind whenever I have tall boots. I mean, like if I have to ship them in a tall box, then that's just what I have to do. I prepare myself to stand in line, but you know, if I can fit them in something else without damaging the item, I certainly will, because it just saves so much time to be able to just drop it in that drop box and go out the door. And then of course you get like all those weird looks from like people that are standing in line and they're like, okay, how does she get in and out so fast? And it's like, I did it at home, you know? So it's very convenient around this time. Next, we have this Boca Classics extra large denim button down corduroy collar. Um, it was a plaid lined shacket, sort of like a, what do you call it? Like the in between things where it's like you don't want to wear a jacket, but it's sort of like a shirt. So it's thicker than, you know what I mean? It's a shacket. So this sold for $40 and I got a payout of $32. And I was watching somebody's video where they were saying that they really like picking up the, what do you call it? Like the corduroy collar thing. So, and I noticed when I was packaging this one up, I was like, oh, this has that corduroy collar. So maybe that's what helped it sell. On the 30th, I sold this New Tag Bespoke size medium green orange hoodie for men. I think it was a pullover hoodie. Sold for $10 and I got a payout of $7.05. So I'm basically breaking even on this because this was something that I picked up just because I thought it was cool, and I was like, ooh, I was picking up anything that was camouflage during that time. I was like, well, it's new with tags. So, you know, I think I had it priced at $25, but it just kept sitting there. And then I finally got this offer of $10. So I was like, you know what? Sold. Lesson learned. I get my money back and I won't do that again. And then we have this pair of Macarena size 41 or a size 10.5 red suede leather point toe Dorsey shoes. I forgot what I want to call them. I keep trying to call them an espadrille, but I don't think it's quite that. But these also sold for $10, and I also got a payout of $7.05. This was something else that I picked up based on style a while ago. And after a while, I kind of lost hope in them. I was like, yeah, they're cute shoes, but like, I guess nobody is really looking for this brand. So when I got this offer, I was like, yes, thank you. Sure, take them. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's go over to eBay. So the first sale I got was on November the 10th, and they were this really cool pair of Nayot size 40 or 9 to 9.5 wedge volcano black red boots. So they were kind of cool because they were sort of ombre where it was like a touch of red on the heel and then it would go into the black and everything. I just thought they were really cool. They sold for $65 and I got order earnings of $39.95. On the 13th, I sold this New Tag Leslie Evers size 2X Clementine pink dots button down dress. This was a part of that person that donated the Zuri Kenya, so she was very, very fashionable and very generous when she donated all these things. This dress sold for $149 and I got order earnings of $118.47. Unfortunately, when the person got it, she did message me. I have no returns on my eBay listings. So that's why it's very critical for me to put any kind of flaws, all measurements, all of that in my listings. But she did message me and she was like, it's a little bit too tight in the chest area, and she was wondering if I would take a return. And I did explain to her that, you know, I don't do returns on eBay. I'm sorry. And that I was sorry that it didn't work out for her. And then she asked if she could use my photos so that she could resell it. And I told her, you know, have at it totally. It's still new with tags and it's a beautiful dress. So hopefully it will find its home and whoever gets it will absolutely love it. I think for the spring, it's just going to be such a beautiful dress because it was such a pop of pink color. But it just didn't work out for her. On the 14th, I sold this Banana Republic Factory size 6 Avery rose gold metallic pants. So again, with the metallic, I love the sparkle around this time of year because people are going to office parties and they're going to dinners and get-togethers and events, and they want to stand out and they want to shine. So this sold for $40 and I received order earnings of $27.56. On the 22nd, I sold this New Tag Lucky Brand size medium burgundy v-neck long sleeve knit sweater top. It sold for $25 and I got order earnings of $15.41. I had this for quite a while. I think at the time when I picked it up, I was like, oh, Lucky Brand, that's expensive at the mall. And I think those tags that have like, there are these certain tags that I see. I really think they come from like Costco. Like, I don't shop at Costco, but I feel like I've seen, I don't know, there's a certain tag where it's not like the tag that I'm used to seeing from the store, but it'll be like, it'll have their name on it, but then it'll have a picture of a person modeling the thing, you know, and then it'll have some information maybe about the style. And I just assume whenever I see that now that it comes from one of those big box stores like Costco or BJ's or whatever you call it. So this was one of those pieces, and maybe that's why it took so long to sell. I thought that it was going to be like, you know, like, I don't know, is it less quality if it's sold at Costco as opposed to actual Lucky Brand store? I don't know, but I do see some nice pieces with those kinds of tags on them, but I'm thinking that maybe I should just pick them up as bread and butter like this and just sell them for $25. The last item that I sold, I'm very proud of because it is a non-clothing piece, and I had a good day on that day, and I knew that this was going to sell. So this is a new tag Peanuts 72 by 72 Snoopy Woodstock cotton shower curtain. They're hugging on the front. And I remember on this day, somebody donated a lot of their Peanuts, their Disney, whole collection just went to the store. There were lots and lots of Disney mugs. There was like a Lilo and Stitch clock that was brand new, never opened. Maybe they were just downsizing their collection, I don't know. But they donated about 5 of these shower curtains, and I picked them, all 5 of them up. And I haven't listed all of them yet. I think I just wanted to put a couple of them out there and see how it would go. This one sold for $60. I received order earnings of $43.37, and it's great because it's not breakable. It's, you know, cloth, just like clothing, so I didn't have to worry about any special packaging or anything like that, and, you know, I'm just happy that I was able to sell it. So this was a pretty good month. I learned about Zuri and what was the other one? Leslie Evers, which I think I've seen before, but I just didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know that it was a thing, you know, or that you could make good money off of it. So I got some really good sales, and I hope that it continues. It continues to teach me every time I go shopping and I find something new that I've never heard of, and that's the exciting part about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys had a great month. If not, fingers crossed for December, and just keep going for it because people are online and they're shopping. Well, even if they're not shopping, they're at least looking because there's Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and people are looking for gifts. So you at least want to be out there, have your stuff listed so they can at least see it. They can't buy it if you don't have it listed. So go for it, give it all you got, and hopefully if things are not going good for you, I hope they improve. And if they are going good for you, congratulations. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye.